What's up, everybody, and welcome to our full moon reading.
Spread Space. I'm ClairV, and on February 24th at 7:31 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the moon will turn completely full. Here we have our full moon in Virgo. This full moon of fulfillment and balance between Virgo and our sun sign Pisces. With Virgo, we have our everyday activities and routines, so there's a balance between that and Pisces, which is our vision and our infinite spiritual health. So we have balance between these two, our everyday life and our spiritual self. So how are we going to incorporate them, our spiritual self, and our everyday life? This is a time where we let our emotions out and express ourselves, express our feelings, and take care while doing so. Making sure we're fed, our work, our health, our habits, our routine, and strong messages from our intuition. Our eyes are wide. So we'll start with the collective, and then we'll go through one by one, starting with Aries and with Pisces, last but not least. Now, I picked one of the Rider-Waite Tarot and one of the Witches and Wardrobes for each zodiac, and for collective, a little pyramid came out, which your cards are shown on the screen. Now, we start with the top. We have a 5. Now, 5s are complications. You see, there's been a battle. Now, it depends on which way, like, these are your cards. So, who do you see yourself as? Are you in green or are you in yellow? Have you been defeated, or are you the one doing the defeating? This is some kind of confrontation, and we see this here a lot with the 2 of Cups, the 7 of Swords, and the 9 of Wands. You are on your guard. You have your guard up, as you should be protecting something. There's either people or your thoughts, your passions. You have this protective energy, as you should, because with the 2 of Cups and the 5, you see, you might even have your rose-colored glasses on. You see things like you're not seeing the true situation, perhaps because of this fear of going within this. I always see this as going into the subconscious, but here it's like you're going backwards for some reason. You're going backwards up this step in the dark. So perhaps there's a decision to be made, and that's what the 2 of Wands is telling us. There is a decision to be made, and this decision is to be made with courage. Obviously, because of the fear. This Hierophant also says the same. It's like you're afraid to, and perhaps if it's not fear, it's a lack of information or a lack of passion or will to make a decision. The 2 of Cups is also a separation. Perhaps there is like and if it's not a separation, it's some kind of argument or some kind of discord. And we see that again with the 5. So perhaps it is some kind of argument that happened, or this energy in general is a mix-up, or we have all of these planets, and with the moon opposing the sun, it's like we have these opposing energies of the spiritual. How are we going to get this how are we supposed to integrate our spiritual health, our spiritual life, or endeavors in with our everyday life, our choices?
So perhaps that's what's going to give us courage if we do so from a spiritual standpoint. And if you're having a problem making a choice with these two twos here and the fives, this is a complication. And we have another five. The Hierophant's a five. There's five. So we're having an issue coming up with a choice or making a choice, and perhaps that's why this 9 is here. 9s are to let you know it's almost over. We are getting to the point where we're just about there. Perhaps like the gist of it, like the bulky, real conflict is over. There still may be some more, but the 9s is saying that we're almost to the end of it. If we're not at the end yet, we are coming up on the end with this 9. So this is telling us to stand firm. It's almost over as long as we integrate the spirit and make our choices from the heart, use courage, and make our choices be based upon our wants, our wills, our passions, what we truly want. This is a true passion or a false passion. Is it what we want, or is it what looks best in our profession, or what looks best from the outside? We don't want to do what's best for everyone else in this situation. This is something we have to work through on our own. So we want to make this decision based on our true heart's feelings. And perhaps that's why we have to integrate the spirit on here. Alright, that's for the collective. There are 2 more cards that I will open up at the end. We have one of these and one of the regular Rider-Waite Tarot that we will go over at the end, and that will put this whole thing together. Alright, now for Aries. We receive the Tower in reverse and the 3 of Pentacles upright. So Aries, for this full moon for you, we have this, you see this, if you look at it like this, you see this lightning is coming from the tower, and this is affecting our everyday lives. Now, this Tower in reverse could be a warning that the Tower upright is coming, or could mean that you're already in this Tower energy. Now, I see a figure 8. Now, figure 8s are, what is it, infinity? It's the lemoness. How do you say that? It's the lemon-skate, something like that. Now, this infinity sign tells us something. Perhaps we have infinite help. With the 3 of Pentacles, you see, you have somebody behind your back. You have somebody in front. Perhaps you have someone doing paperwork, and someone helping you spiritually, and someone helping you emotionally. And you're pouring this substance out on the fire. And what you pour, like what you put into it, is what is creating this infinity energy. It's what's creating this, and perhaps wisdom. I don't know if that is, but I see an owl at the top. I also see balance with the yin and the yang. So perhaps we have to take these energies, these emotional energies, and mix it with our passions and our action, and act like that. This Tower is something sudden. This is like the Uranus energy, how something comes and wipes it clean. Perhaps there is some tears or a fire or something that gets torn down. Now, perhaps we have to have a fire. Maybe that'll help us making our list of something. Maybe we have to make a list. You see, she's reading off this list. So perhaps that's what we have to do to get organized while all this tower energy is very chaotic. This is very chaotic. So this is being grounded, perhaps in nature by the fire, will help us. And something about this infinity sign. But don't be afraid to ask for help during this time. Your ideas are limitless. Like the list is limitless. It's like this list is never ending. Aries. Alright. Where are you at? Aries. Moving along to Taurus. Alright, we received the 6 of Swords in reverse and the 5 of Cups in reverse. So this is like crying out releasing all of these negative emotions. There's 3 main situations or 3 main circumstances or emotions that you must dispose of. And by holding this in, we are going from smooth waters to rough waters. So we don't want to hold this in, especially at this time with this full moon. We want to release all of these emotions. The full moon, it illuminates everything. So it's like perhaps now you see something from a different perspective, and it's like, okay, who's in your boat? Are you sure they are not throwing water in your boat while you're trying to empty it? Like somebody's behind your back and you think that they're helping you, but they're really hurting you, Taurus. So perhaps we need to open up our eyes to see who is in your boat and what are they really doing there, Taurus. Releasing these emotions to go the right way. We want to go from murky to clear instead of from clear to murky. So to prevent this stagnant energy, we must release this grief or this fear or these negative emotions. Releasing negative emotions at this time, Taurus. Alright, moving along to Gemini. Oh wow, we're having a party, Gemini. And perhaps the spirits involved. We have the Judgment and the 3 of Cups. So this is very good advice from your friends, perhaps like an all-girls group or brotherhood. I see the triple goddess. So cycles. The Judgment too is like perhaps these friends or these people that you get emotional advice from, or perhaps you just are celebrating with them. The advice they have is advice from the spirit. Somebody has a message from heaven for you. So if you listen, talk to people, or listen to advice of these these women, perhaps they're younger women, but it's like they're talking to you, but they're talking to you from the spirit. And it might even come from like something unexpected, like a child or something. But this is telling you during this full moon time to get out, Gemini, get out, have a few drinks with your friends, and perhaps use judgment while drinking or using drugs. Maybe it's like we want to be careful, like we don't want more than 3. You know, you want to be careful of how many drinks that you do have when you're out. You want to use your judgment and connect with the spirit, Gemini. Alright, that's for you, Gemini. Moving along to Cancer. Oh wow, Cancer, we have these pulleys. Everything's connected. And you're seeing that now with the full moon. We have the 2 of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So perhaps we have a stroke of bad luck when it comes to gambling. You're not getting out what you put back. So now is not the right time to gamble. I see Scorpio energy here. Scorpio and Cancer. So perhaps Scorpio has a message for you, Cancer. But we are weighing out our options. We're weighing out our luck, perhaps. They're like focusing on the negative. You see, he's looking on what's down here, and he's also looking right at. It's like looking at your losses instead of your gains. You know, this Wheel of Fortune, it's forever spinning. This is like chances and fate. And the two is making a decision, coming up with a choice. So perhaps the choices we make are being brought upon us by an external source. Perhaps we brought it on ourselves by the choices we've made in the past. But like I said, this wheel is always spinning. So if it is down here now, the only way to go from here now, Cancer, is up. So what you focus on is what will be. So instead of focusing on your bad luck, focus on the good luck. It's like, I was listening to a thing, it's Murkoff, is that his name, Murkoff? It says, cells that are wired together, fire together. So this is breaking free from this negativity, breaking free from what was. Now this is 10, this is the end of a cycle, so perhaps we have to release something. We have to let one thing go in order to get 9 more things. Kind of like Aries was doing. Alright, thank you, Cancer. On to Leo. Leo. Oh wow, Leo. We have the Page of Wands and the Chariot. Beautiful cards. So, the Page of Wands is looking into the past, and he is focused on these actions, passions. Perhaps we are like just wearing sweatpants and like mix matching outfits. The Page of Wands is like dressed to impress. So perhaps we have to do that at this time, or instead of that, we have to dress where we're comfortable in gold. I think one of your readings said this before, to wear gold, it'll brighten up your mood. With the Chariot, this could be a new car. Perhaps the shoes on our car, which is the tires. So perhaps something about the tires of your car, perhaps you have to change them or rotate your tires. Leo, and perhaps Virgo has a message for you. They're coming next, because I did say that. But this Chariot is controlling your emotions. You have this negative and this positive, and they're finally going together. And perhaps we had to drop some kind of action. This is like a habit or something we've been doing for a minute now. We have to drop that in order to receive this victory. Alright, Leo, on to Virgo. Virgo. Oh, wow. Beautiful. So we have, these are very two contradicting energies. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Lovers, which is a major. So the Lovers could be about love and a unity, like a unity, a reunion, where there's reunited, or perhaps we're bonded or tied together. Something, an emotion is tying us to a situation. And this Knight of Cups in reverse is telling us to release this emotion, or perhaps this is a person that's like he acts like he's charming, but he's really not. It is, it's like, perhaps there's delays while traveling. If we're traveling by air or by water, there's going to be some kind of delays. So perhaps there's delays while making choices about travel, or perhaps about love. Perhaps we are in a delay about making this choice, or in a funk about it. We don't know which way to go. And that's because we are dealing with this choice without compassion. We have to integrate compassion and love while making this choice, Virgo. Alright. And if this Knight of Cups is you, then it's time to fill up your cup with compassion and love, Virgo. On to Libra. Oh, we have the Empress in reverse and the High Priestess. Wow, so we have this mother energy. I see the baby and the mother, and I see another mother. So perhaps since the Empress is in reverse, we're missing our mother, or perhaps we're having issues when it comes to our mom. Maybe this is creating something about our childhood, is creating this where the veil is finally coming off. We're finally starting to see the truth of the matter from our mother, or from our childhood when we were a mother. Something of this is coming out. Perhaps this is delays as well when it comes to our menstrual cycle or getting pregnant. Perhaps we're having problems with fertility. Now, if that's the case, our intuition, this wisdom, this right and wrong, the choices that we make have a lot to do with it. This eagle energy, this is the vagina. The vagina. So perhaps we need to have some kind of a pap smear, or some kind of health when it comes to our health, of our feminine health. And this is using our intuition when we come up with some kind of delay. If there's a delay, we want to use our intuition and our knowledge from previous situations like the one we are in. Perhaps this baby it's all I see is this baby. The baby and the book. So perhaps like a baby book, or something in your baby book. Perhaps the time you were born. Maybe your birth chart will definitely help you at this time. Some kind of knowledge or truth that's coming out about the past, or your childhood, or childhood in general. On to Scorpio. Oh, ooh, wow, Scorpio. So we definitely have to be in control of our emotions at this time, because we are failing to see something for what it is. We're failing to see the truth here. We're failing to make a decision. And this King of Cups, perhaps this is a man in your life, a water sign, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This could be you, Scorpio. This is telling you to stand firm in your emotions while making these choices. There has to be a balance, and right now there is an imbalance. There's an imbalance of what we want and how we think. So, by putting love into the whole situation, love and compassion, this will help us better to come up with a decision or to better balance the whole situation in general. Alright, perhaps we have to take our blindfold off and see the past for what it really is. Scorpio, Sagittarius. Alright, Sag, wow, the King of Cups. So we have the other King of Cups. So Scorpio just had the King of Cups and the World. So this tells me that you stood firm in your emotions and in your feelings. Perhaps you received advice from an older man, an older woman, a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, and I really see Pisces prominent. And perhaps wearing a necklace for protection, or like, I hear, what is that blue turquoise? Aqua Aurora. Aqua Aurora will really help you during this time. Perhaps you are tying up these loose ends. The World is the end of this cycle. It is the last card in the major arcana. And you see this man has a smile on his face, so it's like, finally you're getting that pedicure. You're finally at the end of this situation where you can take a breath and smile and like sit in the love that you have for yourself. You are on top of your throne, Sagittarius. You made the right decision. You stayed firm in your emotions and you stay true to the love you have, or you stay true to your emotions during this time. And this is saying, good job, finally are to the end, and you can smile about it now. A Capricorn. Capricorn, 3121 Capricorn. We have the 8 of Wands, which are Cupid's arrows, perfect for Valentine's Day, and this full moon, and the 10 of Swords in reverse. So it's like these Cupid's arrows went into your back. So perhaps you are experiencing some kind of pain when it comes to love, Cupid's arrows, or because you have so many things going on. These 8 of Wands is very busy. It's like 8 things all at the same time. And it's like all of these things were hurtful. Now we have the 10 in reverse, so the swords are coming out. So perhaps we've been dealing this for some time, 8 months, 8 years. But the 10 of Swords is saying that it's almost over. It's like these swords or these wands are finally coming out, and it's like we're finally getting there. If we're not at the end of this, we're gonna see the ends of this unfurl around this full moon time. This is gonna help us see the truth in our pain. Alright, Capricorn. Aquarius received the 2 of Swords in reverse and the Wheel of Fortune. Did someone else do that? The Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Sword. Yes. So I think it was Leo, perhaps. I don't know. One of them. But they received almost the same thing. It's like this 2 of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. So with the 2 of Swords, it's like this blindfold has now come off, and it's like either you've made your decision or you finally see things for what it is, so you can now make your decision. Choose in reverse is an imbalance, and with this Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this is like a lack of luck, or This is like fate. Something this is like a rock thrown in your way, but that rock was thrown in your way so that way you could go around and see something else. You know what I'm saying? And like I told whoever else had this, like at this bottom of the wheel, if we are at the bottom, the only way to go from here is up, Aquarius. So this is taking, we don't want to gamble at this time. We don't want to make the choice of any gamble. We want to make the decision based on truth, and we want to see the situation for what it really is. We definitely want to look at the truth here, and these what happened from winter to fall. Perhaps this is now from fall, from this winter to fall. Maybe this has to do with then, or from last winter to last fall. Something about that. What happened then? That will help you make this decision. Alright, last but not least is Pisces. And we have the Five of Wands in reverse and the Three of Swords in reverse. So, wow, we've been really busy or really messy. Pisces is like everything all over. You see all of these people battling and everything all over. And you see here, there's like a battle within yourself. All these papers are everywhere. So perhaps we're spending this full moon time getting organized, and if not, we should be. We have all of these papers everywhere. Now, this 5 is a complication or some kind of conflict, but being that it is in reverse, you did win this conflict, or you did come out on top. And if you have yet to do so, you will come out on top. This is a victory. You're winning. Something about blue circles, blue polka dots. And this is Uranus energy, so perhaps something of an outside force or something, some kind of outside energy came and like messed this up. It wasn't like you went in and like messed it up all by yourself. You had like outside forces mixing this up or making a mess for you. And it's like, I hear like, I didn't make the mess, why do I have to clean it up? But it's like, if you don't clean it up, who's going to? And if you do clean it up, when you do clean it up, you will learn a very valuable lesson about this victory and about organizing, Pisces. Perhaps this is going within, like leaving everyone else and going within at this time, like being by yourself at this time is very beneficial, Pisces. Okay, now for the 2 cards that we had in the beginning for the collective to put this whole message together. Wow, we received the 7 of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So perhaps the things that we're letting go, we're letting go of this imagination, these dreams, these things that aren't really real. So perhaps we're finally seeing the truth of the matter, and that is like a collective message. There's this chaos, and in the midst of this chaos, we're finally seeing why, how, where, when. We're finally seeing this. Perhaps there's something that is still covered and maybe we have to get some sleep in order for this to come off. We'll receive insight and the truth, like this will reveal, our dreams will reveal what is hidden. Perhaps this Knight of Pentacles, by releasing this, whatever it is that's tangible that you can hold, whether it be a job or money, a big loss, not a great big loss, but it's a loss that you can feel it. It's a loss that got you like thinking like, this thing, like you have many choices. Put it that way, you have many options. There are many options or many ways to go when it comes to releasing these things that no longer serve us. These are like out-of-date things that don't align with your future. So perhaps we do have to dream up these new, replace these things. It reminds me of that the seven poisons, or was it this? I will tag it up in here, but one of them had 7 poisons, one of them had 5 poisons, something that we're letting go of. This reminds me of this. You have many options or a lot of better things to hold. When you release one thing, 7 more things will pop up. So, and this is just telling you that your options are limitless. You have many options and many choices. There's a lot of which ways to go. We are really delving into this with this Pisces imagination and this Virgo everyday type life. We are really trying to integrate and find a healthy balance between them two during this full moon time. And what perfect time to do so. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed your reading. Happy full moon to you. Leave a comment if you resonate. Don't forget to like and share. And if you have yet to do so already, hit that subscribe button, because we have more full moons and new moons coming up, and monthly readings, and my shorts are bomb. So yeah, thank you. I wouldn't have anything. I wouldn't have any of this shit if it wasn't for you. So thank you so much. I appreciate you, and I love you to death. Thank you. See you soon.